Guys, check out this filthy interior. This truck has all kinds of dirt, grime, dust, leaves, and practically anything that you can run across with whenever you go off-roading or on all-terrain trips. So in today's video, we're gonna be showing you guys how to give your truck a full deep clean and get this Raptor looking to as good as new. All right guys, so we're back with the Shelby Raptor. Today we're gonna be working on the interior. So you guys saw the last episode where Nick and Henry did a full exterior polish, and the exterior of this truck looks amazing. The shine is phenomenal. I honestly love the shine. I love the results that they got with this. And now I wanna make sure that the interior matches the exterior. So in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to give this truck a full deep interior clean from top to bottom, showing you guys my tips and tricks and getting this truck looking to as good as new. So first things first, the way I like to start off any kind of interior detailing job is by removing all of the owner's stuff. So by doing so, you remove all the stuff that's in your way so that you have full access of cleaning all the stuff like the cup holders, any kind of side door panel compartments, so that nothing's in your way and you get the deepest clean possible. All right, so we just finished collecting all the owner's belongings. We put it in a bag and we placed it in the trunk of his car so that it doesn't get in our way. So now the next thing that we want to do is give the car a vacuum. Now, before you do any kind of detailing, I highly recommend doing the vacuum step first to get a lot of the stuff out the way. So kind of in the sense where you kind of give your car a little pre-rinse before you start hitting it with the wash bin and foaming it. This would be kind of a similar manner. So as you guys can see right here, this car has a bunch of leaves, has a bunch of stuff on the floor that, you know, doesn't need to be there. A lot of the stuff we can just pretty much knock right out just by giving it a quick little vacuum. And by doing so, all this stuff is going to be out of our way, so whenever we go ahead and clean our panels, it's not going to be interfering with us. It's not going to be collecting, kicking up, and getting all over our door panels. So we're going to go ahead and begin with vacuuming the interior, and we'll be right back with you guys for the next step. All right guys, so one quick little thing I do want to mention is as we were vacuuming the carpets, we want to vacuum this seats right here. But the seats, they are leather and they also have some suede material right here. So you want to make sure that whenever you vacuum the seats, you want to be extra careful, especially with leather, because if you go ahead and scuff the tip of the vacuum onto this, you can potentially scratch it. So one great way to avoid scratching up your leather and your sensitive surfaces is by lightly hovering the vacuum tip over the surface. So don't get in there, you know, scratching it all up. Just kind of lightly hover it on the surface and you'll pick up all that dirt and dust and all the leaves that are collected on this seat. All right guys, so we just finished giving the interior a vacuum. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that I did not do a 100% job at vacuuming the interior. Reason for it is because I am still going to vacuum all over again once I'm done detailing the interior of the Raptor. Reason for it is because we have a lot of dust, we have a lot of dirt that's on these panels. So the last thing I want to do is, you know, committing to giving the carpet a full 100% cleaning. I clean the dashboards and the door panels, and then it just ends up getting dirty again because of all that dirt and grime that we've knocked off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a little method that I just kind of do a little dusting. So what I like to do is I grab myself a nice soft Boars hair brush, And as you guys can see on some of the cracks right here in the crevices of the interior, you have a lot of dirt and grime that's kind of like in there. So one great way to kind of knock this out with kind of minimizing and controlling the dust and the dirt without it going all over the place is by brushing it with the brush and then having your vacuum right next to it. So by having your vacuum right next to your brush, you're pretty much venting and dusting all that stuff into the vacuum so that you're not just kind of brushing it out and it just kind of goes all over the place. So when you brush it, it goes into the vacuum and it goes into your vacuum and it does not, you know, get all over the place. And this does help out with minimizing all that dirt and grime from getting everywhere. So now I'm going to dust all the areas of the interior, mainly like the seats, the dashboards, you know, all the center console, all that, you know, the areas that have a lot of tight areas. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with the brush, and I'm just gonna have the vacuum right next to it so that I knock off a lot of that dirt and grime, and then we'll be right back to go ahead and give the panels a deep clean. All right, we're back. We finished kind of dusting off a lot of the areas, and now we can focus on cleaning the panels. As you guys can see, this truck, it's not an old truck. It's a newer truck, but you can see a lot of dirt, a lot of grime, a lot of body oils, especially right here in the armrest. You see a lot of like kind of white haze. That's all like body oils that embed themselves onto the door panel. Now, like I mentioned, I know the truck is newer, but you can always do it with a deep clean. And what better product to use than Nonsense? Nonsense is one of our most popular super cleaners. Now, the reason I love it is because it's 100% pH balance, it's clear, and it's odorless. So it's not gonna leave any kind of smells. All it's gonna do is clean up the surface with no residue left behind. The best way to use it is by using a nice soft Boars hair brush. So I like spraying directly onto the brush so I can control the overspray. And then all you wanna do is just simply agitate the surface. And what's gonna happen is this deep cleansing foaming action is gonna dig deep. It's gonna get all the dirt and grime from outside the texture of this material. As you guys can see, this vinyl material, it has a lot of texture to it. So in order to go ahead and give it a nice deep clean, you wanna make sure that you use a brush. However, you can use this product with the microfiber towel. You know, that just pretty much, it'll give you a more mild clean in the sense that you're not gonna be able to get into all these hard to reach areas and you're not gonna get like a full deep clean. So using a brush, it works out great. If your interior is not that bad, it's more of a wipe down kind of deal, then you can use Nonsense with the microfiber towel. And just like that, all you wanna do is pretty much mimic this process throughout the rest of the door panel. As you guys can see right here, all this dirt and grime that's on this little section, all I'm gonna do is give it a light little agitation here. And the brush does an amazing job at pretty much getting deep into the material. So once you do a little section, you can go ahead and put your brush down and your cleaner down, grab yourself a nice little workhorse towel and buff off the excess, removing all this body oils and grime. And this ensures a nice deep clean. So, you know, whether your car be on the newer side, a very older side, this works out great. As you guys can see, I know I said it's not super dirty, but you can still see that there's like some dirt, grime, body oils. You know, this towel is brand new. It's a yellow towel and you kind of have like a brown kind of tinge right there. And you guys can see now that that area that we just cleaned up is nice and clean. And I'll just make sure to give it a full buff so that there's no moisture. And you guys can see the results of what it actually is. See right there, it's nice, it's clean, it looks like the way it should be, and there's no dirt or residue left behind. So now I'm gonna go ahead and mimic this process throughout the rest of the door panel. And Nonsense is great because it's all purpose. So not only can you use it on your door panels, you can also use it like on your dashboard, your center console, your steering wheel, all that great stuff. And you can count on Nonsense to go ahead and give you that nice deep clean. All right guys, so we just finished cleaning up the entire interior using Nonsense and the Boars hair brush. As you guys can see, the door panel looks nice and clean. However, it does need a little bit of love and some conditioning. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna grab some tape here, cut myself off a little chunk, and I'm gonna show you guys a little before and after of what a clean and conditioned door panel and dashboard and all your interior surfaces should look like. So I'm gonna just do my best here to make sure this is all taped. I'm sorry if this is not straight. I'm doing the best I can, all right guys, so bear with me here. So obviously this is a newer truck. I don't know about you guys, but I think I would want to maintain the brand new look of this truck. So the dressing that I'm going to be using today is going to be natural shine. So natural shine, it's in the name, it's a natural shine. It's a natural look, it's a natural glow. It pretty much maintains the original look of the interior panels of your vehicle. Now natural shine works out great because it conditions and it protects. So like I mentioned, Nonsense, it cleaned off the door panel and now there's nothing on there. There's no oils, there's no grime, there's no dirt, and most of all, there's no protectants on there, so that the surface is completely bare right now. So we want to make sure to protect it. So natural shine works out great. All you need to do is apply a couple drops onto a nice soft microfiber applicator, set that down, and then you're just going to go ahead and apply this. And you're going to go ahead and apply it. And I know you guys are saying, whoa, 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 like it looks shiny on camera. I know, do not worry. So the thing with natural shine is it tones down whenever you apply it. So after I finish applying it, you'll start seeing in some areas that it starts kind of toning down, and that just pretty much preserves that nice new original look without any kind of high unwanted gloss. So for you guys who don't like that shiny look on your interior, do not worry, we have a product just for you. And natural shine, it's perfect for all those cases. Now natural shine, like I mentioned, it is a dressing, so not only can you apply it on interior like door panels, you can apply it to anything that's vinyl, rubber, or plastic inside or outside your car. So tires, exterior trim, plastics, interior door panels, dashboards, you name it. This stuff works out great for all those occasions. All right, so now that we finished applying natural shine, we can take off our tape right here. So I'm gonna take it off and check that out, guys. Now I mentioned it's not a super high shine finish, and that's exactly what we wanted. This look right here, it adds depth and it conditions it and it protects it. So now you can see a clear, distinct line of what a clean and unconditioned side looks like versus the clean and conditioned side. So this right here, like I mentioned, it has the nice depth, it has the nice look, but it's not like a super wet, oily look. And the best part is it's a completely dry to the touch finish. So if I go ahead and touch it with my fingers, I'm not gonna get any kind of oily residue, and there's no residue left behind on my fingers. All right guys, so now that you guys see those results, now we can replicate that throughout the entire interior. So like I mentioned, natural shine works on anything that's vinyl, rubber, or plastic. These door panels, either plastic or vinyl material, the dashboard, a lot of those areas tend to be plastic or vinyl. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do right now. I'm gonna go ahead and coat the entire rest of the interior with natural shine, and we'll be back with you guys for the next step in this process. All right guys, so now that everything else is done, it's time to pay attention to these carpets here. Now the truck did have some rubber floor mats which we'll clean afterwards, but before we clean the floor mats, I want to clean this carpet just to give it a nice quick little clean. Now I know like you guys can see on camera, the carpets, they're black, they're not that dirty, but if you have some time, it never hurts to just give it a nice quick little clean with some fabric clean. Now, the reason I like using fabric clean, even if the carpets and the upholstery doesn't look super dirty, it's still a great idea to go ahead and use a product like fabric clean on it, because not only does it clean it from any kind of light dust and debris, but it also removes any kind of foul odors. So if you have any kind of foul odors on your carpets and upholstery, it cleans them up and it revitalizes them with a nice, fresh, zesty scent. So right here, I actually have fabric clean diluted already. I have it diluted to a 20-to-1 ratio. And a 20-to-1 ratio, it's a nice general purpose clean. So it's not a full deep clean, you know, it's not nothing crazy, it's just a nice little touch up. And with it, I'm using a nice little Nifty brush. Now this brush works out great because it's nice and flexible, yet it's durable enough to kind of agitate any kind of, you know, textured kind of carpets. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna grab my fabric clean, which is already diluted 20-to-1, and I'm gonna spray directly onto the surface. Now, like I mentioned, I'm not gonna go crazy with it. I'm just gonna spray a nice fine coat, spray the bristles on my brush, just get some added cleaning power. And all I'm gonna do is scrub in up and down motions. And you guys can see right away, it actually adds kind of like some cleanliness to it because we're picking up any kind of light dirt that's kind of clouding the original look of this carpet. So just like that, I'll clean it up. I'll grab a nice microfiber towel and I'll give it a little wipe. And it revitalizes the scent of the interior. It gives it a nice, like I mentioned, a fresh, zesty scent. And that's a nice thing to kind of like walk into. Whenever you walk into a freshly detailed exterior of the car, you want to make sure that you walk into a nice, fresh, kind of revitalizing clean scent when you enter your car. So this is a great way to do it. Fabric clean, not only does it clean your carpets, but it also revitalizes the smell of your interior. So I'm going to continue with cleaning the rest of these carpets. Like I mentioned, nothing crazy, just a quick little touch up, just using a Nifty brush and a yellow workhorse towel. Wipe off that light dust and debris, and I'll be back with you guys to clean up those rubber floor mats. All right guys, so at the beginning of the video, I mentioned that I was gonna vacuum the car all over again once we were done deep cleaning the interior. Reason for it is because whenever you clean your carpets, especially with like a carpet brush, you'll find that as you're cleaning, you're gonna exfoliate a lot of dirt, kind of sand. I mean, on this truck, that happened to be the case on here. So if you guys take a close look, you'll see that we gave it a nice vacuum when we started, but now you can see that the carpets are dirty again. They have light fine dust, light debris, you know, little things that are in the carpet that kind of take away from the look of it. And you know, it's not even like a huge deal, but it's just the fact that they're just so small and they're just there that, you know, anyone, especially the owner of this vehicle, is definitely gonna notice whenever he gets inside his car. So that's why I usually wait towards the end to give it another final pass of the vacuum. And especially if you have like a wet dry vac, it'll also help kind of suck up any kind of excess cleaner that you've used whenever you're cleaning the carpets. All right guys, so we're gonna conclude the Raptor interior detailing video right here. However, stay tuned for part 2. We're gonna show you guys how to go ahead and get deep into those hard to reach nooks and crannies and show you guys the final wipe down so that we can finally deliver this Raptor to its owner. Remember guys, if you guys love any of the products that we use in these videos, you can find them on our website, chemicalguys.com, or swing by your local detail garage location and pick them up today. So stay tuned, we got some awesome content coming your way.